花明妹 I can see you 李艺彤花纯飞赵银爱 yeah 王秀美新美 I can see you yeah 黎霞 I can see you 小七小七 please open your camera yeah 林允富 I can see you yeah here is a question that Penmawe asked me that implies that the weather on carcass will binding to the topping C and this initiate the bonding between the actin and myosin. Here that I can see that. Okay, I will share my PPT. Can see my PPT?
可以，老师。没有。
Okay. Here that we can see here that last class we have talked about that the calcium when the action potential transferred after the tubular and also there's all the ESR and in the this is ESR in the ESR they all follow the calcium. And also that ESR also have some of the member of the ESR also have the calcium bump or have the calcium channel. And then when the action potential after this the triad or the ESR membrane, and also then the calcium channel on the terminal septum membrane open and the calcium enter into the so-called sarcoplasma, and then we will know that this is calcium in the sarcoplasma increase, and then he binding to the we can see here that he binding to the toppling, and then this lead to that the top myosin myosin conformation change, and also then this change we can see here that like this change, and then he need to deploy the binding acting side, binding side on the acting. Also, then the acting the side is the binding side is majorly that the cross bridge binding the binding side. So here that also they can see here that the calcium binding trapping also that lead to the or initiate the initiate this the cross need to the only the parallel binding site, but then need to the cross the binding site deploy. So here then the cross bridge can binding this side, but that also but that the cross bridge we know that the cross bridge is also the ATP acids, and also then the ATP release, and also then have the allergy, and then because then the allergy for this is the cross bridge need to the cross bridge for the inflammatory move to the center of the coming. So also they can also think about that the calcium binding to the toponin also initial to the this sliding process. Yeah. Understand here?
Yes, Asha. Yes, Asha.
So here also here that the calcium is very important the element or the substance during the starting process of the muscle fibers. And the first that and then we can see here the calcium is also very important. Yeah. So so here that this we have talked about that the yesterday, and I hope you understand this process, and also you should know this process. The process also you know this cross bridge, and also that you know that the sync filaments and the thin filaments. I hope you know that. Okay. Yeah, and then here that we have now that we just talk about that this is yeah. Sorry. We just about that the studying process, and also need to that we can see that need to then the filament guide towards the center of the coming, and show that the coming becomes shorter, and then shows that the muscle cell constriction, and we have know that the muscle cell constriction. And then there is a very important that there is the cross bridge. So here the cross bridge we have know that the cross bridge binding one time, and also that release and binding release. So here there is a cross bridge cycle. Here you know that okay. Cross bridge cycle. It also means that the 横桥周期 it means that the process of bonding and weakening and reposition and combination of the cross bridge with the actin, and also that the bridge bonding actin, and then the length of the cycle determines how fast the muscle shortens. And we have know that like that we can see that this also bonding first that the ATP, and also there is the cross bridge, and also this this reposition. And also then we can see here there are this bonding of the message to the actin, and then we can see here then at the same time the ATP and become the ATP or the nerve allergy and the allergy that and then power stroke and also can pour the thinking fibers mood slider to the center, and also then and at the same time there's also that this is the unbonding of the well, and at the same time unbonding of the masculine and the ethnic, and also then this is also the incompletion. So here we can see the cross bridge. This is a bonding which link and also is reposition. This is our recombination. This is a cycle. This cycle is one cycle. If the cycle like that, if the energy is strong, and then we can see that this cycle lead time is long or short. You think about that? Who can tell me? If the ATP, we have known that if this lead to the thin fibers slide to the center, and most force that is one ATP. If ATP released the more energy, and we have now that more energy and more power to lead to the thin inflammatory move or slide. So here the power is strong. Yeah. Yes or no?
Yes, sure. Yes, sure.
Yes, and also we can see then this slide speed or slowly. You think about that?
Speed, sure.
Speed, you're very good. We can see that it means that this cycle bridge cycles also need short time, and also then we can see that it means that the muscles construction is up the construction frequency. The frequency of the construction is quickly, and also we can see here this is one cross bridge and also another two cross bridge and many cross bridge. We know that this is not of the single filaments, and we have known that if the more the numbers of the cross bridge bonding the site is more. We can see here is more. Is also that is more. Is more the number of the cross bridge bonding the site. We can see 1, 2, 3 or more. More number of the number of the cross bridge bonding site more. We can see that the strong strength is higher or lower. You think about that? Higher or lower? If the number of the we have now the corresponding cross bridge should bond in the actin, and then if the bonding site more cross bridge and the bonding more site, and then we can see that the force is or the power is stronger or lower. Stronger, yeah, very good. Stronger. Also that is also that then we have know that the stronger and also then lead to that the muscle contraction power also stronger, also higher. So here we can know that the cross bridge also can like that the also the frequency or the power also can affect the muscle constriction. So here, muscle constriction can be affected by the cross bridge ATP or cross bridge site, or we call that the active the cross bridge site is also we call that the activity cross bridge, the number of the activity cross bridge. Class then. Okay. Then we know that also we can see here there is a cross-bridge bonding, and also there is a standing, and also then also that you position, also the combination. And then we can see here they are like that. We have this is the bonding, and then lead to the muscle constriction, and also that this is the combination or you position, and also due to the muscles relaxing. So here we have now that during the cross bridge also one constriction and one relaxation. So here that we should know that the muscles relaxation mechanism. The muscles we have now that the muscle happened construction and the same time and then happened the relaxation. The relaxation that we can see here that like that this action potential and also deprivation, and then action potential deprivation, and also then utilization. The scolar utilization, and then the final cell membrane, the permeability to the calcium decrease first, and also then the decrease also then because during the muscle constriction, and then lead to the calcium in the plasma constriction increase, and then this increase active to the calcium pump, and then calcium pump we have the calcium pump doing majorly the SR the memory SR, the calcium pump activation, and then kick pump the calcium into the SR, into the SR, and then this calcium into the SR, and then lead to the score plasma, the calcium concentration decrease, and then is also the calcium decrease, and then the calcium dissociate. We should know that also should keep the balance of the calcium concentration, and at the same time the calcium dissociate with from the tropic, and the tropic, and then also this dissociate from the tropic, and then lead to the tropomyosin covers the cross-bridge bonding site. Then this covers the cross-bonding site, and then the cross-bridge also that also that the release from the zinc cannot bonding the zinc filaments. So here that the scale muscles relaxation also that we can see here that far away the center, we can see there that far away the center, we can see here like that the three far away the center, also we can see like that the skull muscle become longer. The skull muscle become longer, and also we can see that the skeletal muscle relaxation. Yeah.
Yes, so sure.
So here we should know that this also that we I hope we understand that there is relaxation, mainly also there is a calcium pump activation, and during the muscle constriction and relaxation, and also is also there during the cross-bridge cycle, and happen the one constriction and one relaxation. Yeah, and also then we can see here that this is we just talk about that the muscle majorly. I hope you understand the muscle constriction. And the muscle constriction, we can know that this is we can see here that this is this constriction. We know that this is the muscle's mechanical ability, and then this we can see here. This is electrical like the action potential spared. We can see here. The action potential is the electrical activity function or activity. But the construction is the mechanical activity. So here, the electrical and the mechanical functions how to compounding. There is a very important that we call that this is the excitation construction. Excitation is also that electrical function. The construction compounding of the skeletal muscles. Also that this straight muscles also include the skeletal muscle or the cardiac muscle. And in here that I hope you understand what is the excitation construction compounding. Excitation contraction compounding. It means that the mediate this compounding mediate the mechanism linking the electrical excitation and the mechanical contraction of the muscle cells. We have known that this electrical function or the chemical function is different. Also, the information is different. Yeah.
Yes, so sure.
Yeah, and here that there is how this two different type of the functions to compounding. So here is also I have you know that the electrical functions how transfer the electrical functions to the chemical functions. Is also that excitation the excitation compounding contraction compounding means that the mediating the mechanism linking the electrical excitation and the mechanical construction of the muscle cells. And in here the basic process in here that we can see here that first this is the excitation compounding contraction compounding basic process include majorly that first that we can see here the action potential. We can see here this action potential. The action potential conduction in the two tubular membrane. First, we have know that this is the muscle membrane, and then the action potential around the muscle membrane, and also then conduction in the spectra in the two tubular. This is also the tubular membrane. First the step. Second, that this tubular action potential around the tubular, and also that need to the ESR or JSR or ESR the membrane also action potential, and then lead to the calcium channel open, and then the second step there to the release of the calcium in JSR. And also the JSR 即将网 and also the JSR we have know that this calcium follow calcium or high concentration of calcium. And then second we have know that the calcium triggers muscle constriction. Triggers muscle it also means that the calcium can bonding the acting toppling and can bonding the toppling, and then need to that the employer the bonding site. And so here that the third step is calcium triggers the muscle contraction. So here calcium very important. And also then we have know that also the JSR also recovers the calcium. Here that majorly that you covers or you take the calcium, and also then this is also that the contraction and also that the relaxation. So here this is the basic process of the excitation contraction compounding. This is majorly that this 1, 2, 3 majorly 3 step, and also include the relaxation in the JSR. JSR covers the calcium. So here we have known that the calcium is very important. Calcium is the key substance of the excitation compounding, excitation construction compounding. Yeah.
Yes, teacher.
So here we can know that the excitation, the calcium is linked the electrical excitation and the mechanism constriction of the muscle cells. So also here that we call that calcium is the secondary message, second message 第二信使 during in the body. So here that I hope you understand this is three this is three step. This step you know that okay. Majorly this three step basic process of the excitation compounding, the excitation contraction compounding. And then what is the excitation contraction or compounding? I hope you all understand. Yeah.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. And then we have talked about here that we have talked that the muscle contraction force that the action potential from the nervous cells, the nervous cells, and then action potential from the nervous cells, and then from the nervous skeletal junct, the information, the transmission, and also then the need to the muscles action potential produced, and also then need to the the muscles excitation, the muscle excitation transport their contraction. So here that then the muscles contraction, we have known that they are what can affect the contraction of the muscles. Skeletal muscle there can be affect many aspects. Like that, we can see here that the skeletal muscles, then which links can affect the contraction of the skeletal muscles. So here that first that the neural muscle junction. The neural muscle junction also can this many aspects, 1, 2, 3 aspects also can affect the construction of the skeletal muscle, because he can affect the transmission of the neural muscles information, information or activity, and also then can lead to the contraction of the skeletal muscle. And also here, like that, we just talked about that this is the excitation and the contraction compounding, also that affect the contraction of the skeletal muscle. And the skin, so here, according to here, that then the factors affect the contraction effects of the skeletal muscle include that we can talk about that. Then the contraction of the muscle, then many aspects or factors affect it. First, that what is the performance of the contraction? 肌肉收缩效能 and means that the performance of the contraction means that the amount of the tension produced, another degree of the muscle shortening, and the rate of the tension or muscle shortening produced during the contraction. So here that it is also that the frequency of the contraction, also the force of the performance of the contraction include that the frequency or the force, the contraction. And then then we have known that the muscles contraction also can be classified majorly the two types. According to the terminal manifestations, the muscles contraction can be classified majorly two types. And also we can see like that first that one type that the we can see here that the isometrical contraction. When the muscles is contract, only the tension increase and the length remains the same. We can know that the length is the same. And also the length remains the same. Is the same, and also only the only the tension is increase. We can see here like that. Then we can see here also this is we can see here the tension also the force we can see increase this limit. But the length is no we can say no length is no change. And then this is like that we actually the gravity we have now that the anti-gravity muscles like this anti-gravity muscles like the function is maintain the posture. And also some of the contraction of the muscles in the back or on the neck. This is also that this is the muscles contraction phase, the isometric contraction. And the second that there is we can see here that is that there's no the tension we can see here this node tension is no change we can see here. But this node we can see here this is increase, but this tension is no change, or phase is no change. But the length strengthen occurred. We call that is isotonic contraction. Only the length shortening occurs when the contraction occurs and the tension remains the same. This we call that this also isotonic contraction. And this is such as the muscle contractions associated with the juncture flexion. This is majorly two type of the muscle contraction. Yeah.
Yes,
Understand here? Yeah. This is the two type of the I hope you understand the first this type. And then you maybe you ask me when they will happen on that happen. We can see here like that anti-gravity muscles that maintain posture, and we have now that this length remain the same. The length, the length remain the same. The muscle length no change, but the tension increase. Then this increase the force can integrate. And also some like that. This we can see like that the length shorten, but the tension remains the same, no change. And such as the muscles contraction associated with the juncture flexing. These two type of the muscle contraction. Yeah. You understand? Yeah. And we have now that we all the people in the earth, we also have we should accept the earth's gravity, and then also we should end the anti-gravity. And then there is, we can see this node also Chinese name is 负荷. And then this node we have like that we can see here this I hold this 0.5 kilogram, and we hold this gram, and also we should the muscles contraction, and also the muscle contraction also that can hold this subject. And in here, and then there is this node. During the node also we can be classified majorly two types. One the pre-node, two the post two after node. And first that node preload. We talk about the Chinese name is the 前负荷. What is the preload? We can see here the load on the muscle before it contract. It means that the muscle before the muscle contract, the muscle is accept or node, So here that this we call that the pre-node. Pre-node. Then understand here.
Understand.
Yeah. Before the muscle's contraction, the muscle have accept or node. This node we call the pre-node. Yeah. Okay. This node we have now that This node also many aspects also that like we just talked about that anti-gravity also this is also the pure node. And then this pure node we have know that like this we have know that in the pure node happened and also then lead to the muscle construction. The muscle construction is situation and also then we have know that this construction situation and also then lead to the lead to lead to the muscle the so the so yeah the summary yeah 季节的 summary the summary in a short in a degree of the length and also then it all means that the complex collapse of the single filament or the thin filament. So here that we know that this pure node also then lead to that the muscles in a certain integration state during before the contraction, so that it has a certain length. It is with this certain length we call that the initial length. Initial length it means that it is during the pure node. The pure node lead to the muscles in a certain elongation state, and also before the contraction, and then because and then lead to the single filament and the thin filament in a degree clap. Yeah, you can see here. Also, we will can adjust the initial net. We can see here net. Yeah, we can see here. We just talk about that. This thin filament also the single filament, and then we have know that this is summary and also summary coming. We can see here. Then this is the pure node, and then lead to the thin filament and the single filament in the degree of the collapse, and also lead to the circle is our length. This length we call that initial length. Yeah, understand? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
This length. I hope you know that this is the initial length. Initial length is also means that before the muscle contraction and this pure node lead to the muscles. The muscles also lead to the muscle the coming in coming length. This length include that the single filament or the thin filament in a degree clap. Yeah, and then we can see here this we have this muscles we can use this like that this adjust club and also can adjust the initial length. We can adjust that, and then also we can buy this tensing transductor, and then by the computer and can regulate this, and we can know that this then we can see you get the or adjust the initial length, and then we can see the muscle the construction force change, contraction force change. And during this experiment we can see here like that. Then the length, this length we have know that the pure node. The pure node we can see like that is pure node. And the pure node is also then lead to the muscle. The pure node we can see here like that. The muscles we then adjust this lead to the pure node. The pure node lead to this muscle in a degree the length. This length we call the initial. And then we also can regulate the pure node. We can see here that the pure node affect the length, and also we can see here the length change. Also that the passive tension. Also there we can see here that the passive length also increase. And about that But here that the active tension. Active tension is that is the tension created by the shortening of the contractile component when the muscles is excited. Excited also that is also that the contraction. And we can see here that this skeletal the skeletal skeletal muscle in a different initial length. We can see here the length is different. We can see here. Then when the length increase, we can see here active tension increase, but around the 1 degree, and then like reach here, and then the length increase, but the active tension decrease. Yeah. And then
Yes, sir.
so here, then we can see here active tension is also that the muscles force, the muscle force produced during the contraction, and we can see here. Then if the length or initial length increase, the initial length increase, and the activity tension or force increase, but around some degree or around level like this, and then when the length increase, but the active tension decrease. So here we know that this is very important. Yeah, then also this is perfect. Yeah, this is perfect. I all hope that length after this data or this site. Yeah, and also then so here we should adjust this length, and then you record the tension, you record the muscle tension by the computer, and then this length increase and the tension increase, length increase, tension increase, but the length increase the one data, and then the tension decrease, and then the before the data we have know that this perfect. So here this perfect data we call that this we call that this is the optimal initial length. Understand? Optimal initial length. It means that then the equation like that, then the initial length at which contraction can produce maximum tension. We can see here like the maximum tension. Maximum tension is the highest, also that the highest tension, and then we continually increase the length, the initial length, then the tension decrease. So here, this length is the optimal initial length. Yeah, understand here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So here that why we talk about here, and then we should know that the muscles contraction. The muscles contraction is also very important. Then we can regulate the muscles tense, and also then because we can regulate them or eject the muscles initial length, and also the initial length. Also we can know that by the per node, we can regulate the per node, and then we can regulate the initial length. You get the initial length, then we can increase the muscles tension. Yeah. Especially like the heart, also in the heart, all the skeletal muscle. Understand here? Yeah. Understand here?
Understand.
Yeah. So here, I hope you understand what is the optimal initial length 最适合的出长度。最适合出长度 it means that appropriate means that the initial length at which contraction can produce the maximum tension, and then during this length, then this length we call that this is the optimal length, initial length. And this length that like that according to the skeletal muscle, this length also that then during this due to that I think about that this then the thin filament or the thin filament the overlap the perfect state, and then this need to then during the optimal initial length is according to the Scomi length is about the 2.2 UM, and so here that if the length, if we adjust that, if the length or the pronounced increase, and then need to length higher than or longer than the 0.2, and then we can see here then the active tendency decrease. Active tendency decrease also then the muscle tendency or muscle tendency decrease. If the heart, or according to the heart, if the decrease also they need to the heart function dysfunction. Yeah.
Yes, solution.
Yeah, I hope you know that this concept. You know that, okay. And then we just talk about that the optimal initial length and the corner length are related to the change in the overlapping degree of the degree, the sinking and the thin filaments. We can see here this thin and sink filaments that overlap. The overlap degree is the perfect, also that then need to that the optimal initial length and also the common length. And if this the overlap is not perfect, and also then this length is also changed or longer. Yeah, and longer and more longer, and maybe then even longer like that, not more longer than 2.2 UM, and also then need to the active tendency decrease, and also then need to the muscle contraction function decrease. Yeah, and we can see here like that. Then the optimal initial length about that when the corresponding cross boundary and actin bonding overlap is initial that also then the schemata have the greatest contractility. We can see here also that like that. Doing here is very doing here. Then this is perfect bonding the perfect the bonding overlap. And we can see here there is the active decrease is then increase in here the pink, then a pink, and then here this is the perfect or least optimal. Yeah. Here I have understand that optimal initial length. Yeah. Then we talk about the prenode. Prenode, I hope you know that before the muscles contraction, the muscles accept the node. We call the prenode. And then during the muscles contraction, the node that or muscles is objected. Then we call that the after node. After node also that this contraction is distance. Then research muscle we can found that the fix the prenode at the optimal prenode, and also that the change the after node one by one, and the study the relations between the magnitude of the muscle tension and the speed. We can see here that muscle tension and speed, and here that the effects of the different after node or muscle single contraction resulting in tension and shorten. We can see here that time, and also this is the tension, and also the longer. We can see here that the node increase also then need to also the tension and the shorten. We can see here there is a tension speed curve. The tension speed curve, we can see here the after node increase also. Then we can see here that the tension speed curve. We can see the tension speed curve first that increase also that decrease. and then the speed and the tensing power, we can see here also that the decrease. This tensing speed curve, you know that, okay. And in here that the muscles shorten speed, the muscles contraction intensity. Muscle shorten speed depend on the length of the cross-bridge period. We just talked about that. Then the contraction intensity depends on the muscle, the number of the cross-bridge bonding to the actin at each movement. And then we can see here the light node and the heavy node. We can see here like that. Then we have node if the night node also this after node is night, and then we can see here that because this node is night, and then if the ATP release also that rapidly hydros and energy to the cross bridge bonding, and also then easily slide this is the thin fibers slide to the center, and so here that the night node is the fast, the speed is fast, and also then if the heavy node, and also then this the ATP also that the ATP is the slowly dehydration. Also the ATP also this the contraction is slowly. This node, this prenode, they are this prenode, they are affect the muscle. The prenode, they are the muscles the shortening speed. Yeah. And then here.
Understand, teacher.
Okay. Then we have a rest. Okay, have a rest.
Okay,
10 minutes later we will continue. Okay.
Okay,